Hey y'all, it's John Sad here. I'm at home and I'm recording a video because I couldn't be with y'all in class today. My schedule's a little bit busy right now, but I really wanted to show off my project to you all and get some critiques from you because I've already seen a lot of y'all's projects in the making, and I could use a little bit of constructive criticism on mine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do just like in our guidelines. I'm going to tell you the inspirations for my egg development, the journey theme, and then just some personal connections to it. So first things first, I'll start with the side. Let me see if I can switch. The inspiration from my egg was the journey of my life before I was married to now. As you can see on the front, it depicts a lone man in a semi-translucent egg form. This, along with some other clues, mainly the base, are supposed to depict the start of a journey, dealing with loneliness and depression and coping with video games and junk food. This is the back in its closed state. It depicts the life and the transition from a single man into a husband and to fatherhood. I met my wife about a year and a half ago, and 6 months from dating, we were already engaged. After a year, we were married, and after a marriage for only 2 months, we were pregnant with our first son. A lot of this transition is depicted in the cracked egg form. You can see that crack that kind of goes all the way down there. When I met my wife, my life changed very rapidly. It went from a darkened, loathing state to one with greater purpose. At the top of the egg, you see our 2 wedding rings that are hanging by a chain. Again, this just shows that this is where a lot of that transition hangs in the balance of. And also, my plug up here is my son's cool hipster passy. During this transition, I became a father to a 3-year-old who is obsessed with rainbows and unicorns. This was the inspiration behind the explosion of the egg, which I'm about to show you. This part's a little scary, so I'm gonna take off the egg, take off this part. As you can see, the egg actually opens up with an explosion of colorful rainbow unicorny goodness. Looking at it from the front now, it actually balances out the bottle pretty well. I have the controller over on this side, which actually weighs the egg heavily down on one side, but when in its open state, it is actually pretty balanced. I can move it around and shake it and stuff, and it seems pretty solid. Again, my journey is the transition of going from that lonely state into this something new and something bright and something wonderful. I hope to have depicted that with all the things that my daughter loves. Things like the unicorns, the fun party and glowing rainbow stuff. Hopefully you can see all the explosions of color. I went from eating junk food all the time to actually cooking our meals as a family. That's something that I really enjoy doing. The fact that it's also made out of a Play-Doh, not a spatula, but our Play-Doh frying pan also kind of hints at my love for playing with Tinley more than playing with video games now. So that was a pretty cool transition. Some fun facts about the egg is this is half of an actual PlayStation controller. I tried my best to smooth out my paper mache, but every time I went for it, it just ended up bumpy and craggly and stuff. I even made my own paste, which smoothed out a lot better on one side, but it didn't do it all the way. And then, like I said, I've hot glued some things on there. One other thing is too, I used a lot of party wrap and paper, again, just to signify kind of like a celebration, like a random, crazy, fun unicorn rainbow party. So that was the reason I used a lot of the tissue paper that I used. It wasn't specifically for any reason other than it was to be bright, colorful, translucent, and it represented kind of like a party. Again, the egg has exploded with joy and happiness. The dark hollow shell has been filled with family, and I believe that family is what drives me now the most. So hopefully you've learned a little bit about me. Hopefully you can see my journey in its full form now. Again, I'm gonna just kind of circle around it again one more time so that you can see it. But this is my egg project. I look forward to your critiques and some things that I could have done better. I'll go ahead and start with my craftsmanship wasn't the finest that I've done on this one, but again, I was really wanting some movement and for my piece to transform as you observed it. So again, guys, let me know what your critiques are. Let me know things I could do better. I appreciate you. Bye.